What's up, y'all?
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Ed and my girl Kimmy Kim with Sip and Spill. As you can see, your boy is Ed, aka Sip. As my girl will call me, BKA Simp. And that's my girl Spill. She be spilling the tea and spilling
We both do that. What's
we
up,
both do
Ed?
that. What's
You,
going on? So it's so funny today.
I'm
We're
tripping.
laughing because
I kind of want some of this and this. I'm tripping.
yeah, are you
I'm
off? Are
sipping.
you off tomorrow? You're not off tomorrow, are
Huh?
you? You going in tomorrow?
Yep, I got to work tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah. So no, don't sip too much. Don't sip. You're not a
I
sipper,
ain't
so
sipping
no.
at all. I'm just
Okay, you
saying
can't
I
sip.
want some so bad, but
So, today we're laughing and smiling because of stuff we're talking about. But today's topic, though, is not nothing to really laugh about, honestly. And it kind of touched me, and it made me really think. And I think, Kimmy, we got so many shows and episodes, and a lot of times we have to minimize the amount of time in it because I think it takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to delve into those subjects. You can't just do like 10, 15 minutes. We have to do a lot more time, I believe. And but this particular episode is talking about how do you know or when do you decipher when something is becoming abusive in a relationship? And there was and Kimmy says this all the time, and I'm gonna follow her lead on this particular phrase and statement that she goes by. And we don't really try to get into celebrity gossip and all that. That's not our jish, as she would say. That's not our thing. But sometimes we can look at those as examples, as a catalyst to subjects that actually affect all of us. And something that came across my radar, I was watching something today, and it was the situation with Kanye and Kim Kardashian, where he's in a position where he basically, it sounds like he wants his family back. He may have some sort of remorse, or he's feeling some sort of way. He's not happy about the condition of the situation was going on with his family, his wife, and perhaps there's some jealousy because she has seemingly moved on. She has another partner or in another relationship with somebody, another guy, and it's getting to the point where I had to acknowledge, is what he's doing abusive? Now, as a man, I'm gonna speak from a man's standpoint at the moment, and I'll have my partner because she's always so insightful and she helps me see it from different angles. But from a guy standpoint, I always talk about within my life how I've grown to understand there's been a lot of delusion that what I think is cool or had been cool or was never checked on throughout my life as a male was delusional because it's been a male dominated society and we women are emotional and they be tripping about this, they overact on that, and all these things that men do we start to realize, like, damn, we're delusional. That stuff ain't cool. I remember learning about what rape culture was, and rape culture wasn't so much as, it wasn't just all like, oh, I'm gonna take your body, I'm gonna grab you and slap you and restrain you and take it from me. It was more the pressure of putting the girl that you're dating, that you get sexually active with, and having her in a space where she feels pressure to have sex with you because you went out, you did all this stuff for her. That's like part of the rape culture, which is crazy. That's a whole nother thing. But that's part of the delusion. We as men, like, damn, that's rape culture. Yes, that's rape culture. That pressure of making a woman feel like she's obligated to have sex with you. The other thing is, but when it comes to it, that's abuse. But the other thing is like a man stating the woman has moved on. They are clearly in their particular relationship have made a agreement that they're not going to be together. That they're divorced. They're at this point. It's not even a separation. They're legally divorced, from what I understand. And he's dated other people. I was talking to my daughter today, and she's like, he was dating some girl. They broke up. Dating another girl. They kind of look like Kim Kardashian. Actually, my eating and dealing with something like the girl looks like. They said they didn't know who the chick was, but her views and went up. They said they basically clout chasing, whatever. But she looks like Kim Kardashian. So he's dated other women, right? But he's like coming after his wife, and he's like, I want my family back. Don't want nobody around my kids, and talking crazy to the guy, the new guy. And made a video about him. It was like some sort of claymation video, music video, depicting him cutting his head off, all type of stuff.
right.
And the video, the guy that was talking about the show was talking about how when are we going to address abuse. Like that's kind of abusive. What do we do? We always talk about men and their feelings, but we don't talk about the woman and how she's feeling. And he was the guy. It was Trevor Noah. He was like the woman, even though she's a powerful woman and is a millionaire, billionaire. I think Kim Kardashian might be a billionaire or something, but they're wealthy, and it's like even her can't ward off that abuse and abuse to men. We look at because men we're very to us we look at abuse as if I don't hit you, then what you mean I'm abusing you? I ain't hit you, I ain't punch you, I ain't push you down. But it's like no, it's a verbal, it's a psychological, and all of that is concluded is in conducive of emotional abuse. We don't look at it like that. Now, what is she supposed to do? So I want to ask you that, Kim. You know, I'm not, well. I want you to answer it as surfacey as possible because I don't want to get deep into this and I don't want to get into anybody, anything like that. But it's kind of like I want to know as a man things that we do that we need to acknowledge that this is a form of abuse or going in that direction. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's like people say, I think me and you were talking about it, but we were saying how um it kind of shows you get evidence of it, you get the red flags of abuse, and you don't deal with it. Before you know it, it's a. I think me and you were talking about it, but maybe we weren't, but it was something going on. We were talking about how all these little
Red
signs,
flags.
these red, but like stuff that the guys are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden she murdered, and but he been showing signs of progression to get to that point. He didn't just pop out the blue. So, I mean, sometimes they may happen, but a lot of times we show signs. What is it that you could say to us brothers as a sister to say, "Yo, this is abusive tendencies, or it's going in that direction, or we need to keep an eye on that, or be conscious of it." Is that something you can kind of, that really worried me and that bothered me, and I don't mean to talk over talk my time, but it bothered me because I'm like, damn, as a man we feel like I'm fighting for my family. I want my woman back. And the relationship is over, but then we keep pressing the issue. And it's almost like in order for stuff to not get crazy, it's almost like the woman has to somewhat entertain it to keep him cool. Just to keep him from going to all out war. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But I want to hear what you got to say, and if you can keep it very vague or whatever. Just but just give me some ideas of what we do as men. Um, that you see that we need to stop that shit or look out for or check ourselves on. I mean, I really want to know.
I think. I think that you can't just say it's vague. You brought up this celebrity couple because yes, it's in the news. It's and because they both are billionaires, people they talk about Kanye West. He's very very talented. You know what I'm saying? And Kim has made herself known and her reality show, and now she's a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that a lot of times it's just easier to talk about a celebrity. So when Ed said to you guys that I don't like to channel that because I like to talk about stuff I know and people that I know that is going through that type of abuse and then some, way more than that, than what. But it don't get to be on the news or iHeart app and radio and YouTube and for us to talk about. But this is how the attention is. So I think, as Ed would say, there's a caveat to some of the shit that happens, and that's why we able to talk about it. But I'm a piggyback off that and say this. I'm gonna give another celebrity. The other night I was watching a show called Mitchell&Mitchell. So I have always, Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, and she narrates her story. And when I say abuse, this woman was abused. Now I'm gonna say projectively because I don't know. I'm just going off. I watched the movie and Dr. Dre beat the shit out of her. I mean, consistently and constantly, he beat the shit out of her. And to where the other guys, all his friends, Eazy-E and all them was there. You know, that was the crew back then, right? They hated him for doing that to her. But no one, because he was so cold at the beats, they did not want to stop that, and they didn't want to come in and tell him nothing. So they would try to do it, especially when they perform it, but they wouldn't do it. So any one of you guys have seen that show, and if you haven't, you need to watch it. When I say this woman is abused, it's like a different type of Tina Turner abuse with Ike, okay? This is a young woman, and the way why she accepted abuse didn't have nothing to do with Dr. Dre. The reason why she accepted the abuse, because her grandmother who was raising her told her she was growing up as a little girl. That's why I say you need to be careful what you put your children in front of and what you expose them to, because that becomes them as an adult. As a young lady, Miss Chalet was growing up. And I know this had to be hard for her to put this in her story and narrate it. But as she was growing up, basically her grandmother, her aunt, her grandmother's daughter, some other family member was basically getting her butt kicked by a guy. And so Miss Chalet, as a young woman, she was like, I ain't gonna never let no man do blah, blah, blah. And her grandma said, listen here, look, that's a form of love. If a man hit you, that means he love you, baby. So don't you get to be acting like that. So she's like, but this, remind you now, this is her grandmother who she looked up to. This is her form of what a woman is. Okay, that's her example. So she took that and ran with it. So when she was laying in the bed after a day of feeding Dr. Dre, doing that, she went on home. He come out the studio. After that, she laying in the bed. He comes in the house drunk. And while she's sitting up all pretty, waiting for him, he takes his fist and bash her in the face. Pow, one time. Bash her in the face again, 2, 3 times. And then bust her whole grill. And then as she was trying to get out the bed, the flash of what her grandmother said, if he hit you, he love you. That was the first time he hit her. If he hit you, then he love you. So she reaches over to comfort him. She's bleeding, grill messed up in the bed, and he's crying, drunk, and she comforts him. So that was what I call the okay. The red flag was when he was fighting and kept having all these different baby mamas and having all these different children, he was fighting them. And the way he was acting, just because you see he do that to them, don't think he can't do that to you. You're no different, okay? It's him. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's the person. It's when they get ready to change, when they want to be different. So she moves on in her life. And then here comes Suge Knight. And he watching how he do her. So he like, I can be better. And her mind, when he was having all those kids, she's like, he loves me, so I have to accept him cheating and being honest. I said, again, I'm showing you how a woman thinks. She's like, I have to accept this because this is what she was taught. Okay, so then we go on to she meet another man. He was an angel. He didn't just, he didn't do all that. Okay, he did it in another way. He was mind controlled. Okay, and then he decided, you're going to do what I say I'm going to do, because if not, that little boy, Dr. Dre's little son, he ain't going to make it to school. He ain't going to get out of school at 3 o'clock. He going to be gone. He was one of those type of people. So I'm saying, so let's define abuse. There's physical abuse and there's mental abuse. Okay? And then there's the manipulation that bridges them all 3 together. So with that said, just like Miss Chalet, as a woman, that was her. I brought that up and bringing that out completely to show you how a woman mind would think. Doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter, you the coldest woman in the game. Every woman that we know that is the world would look up to and say they bad have been cheated on, mishandled, and beat. Halle Berry can't hear in one of her ears because her ex-man hit her so hard he broke the drum in her ear. Okay? Everybody's seeing Jay-Z and Beyonce on the elevator, Solange fighting them because he liked the Becky with the pretty hair. Cheated. So I'm just saying, the women, that doesn't matter. It's all about who you with. But you don't see Paula Washington in no damn elevator, or you don't hear no news about Denzel whooping her ass. You don't hear LeBron James' wife talking about LeBron smacked shit out of her. And they got big clout, right? Them big celebrities too, right? You know why? because it starts where I'm gonna teach you and treat you, show you how to treat me. We teach people how to treat us. Now, I'm not for no man ever hitting a woman, but once you say that it's okay, and it doesn't matter, I'm saying mental and physical abuse, that's where they get that from. Now, I'm going to stop there and just say that's a mindset of a woman, how she receives it, she accepts it. Because when Mitchell&Mitchell was narrating the story, she said, I know y'all think I'm stupid, I know y'all this and that, but that was my mindset, that was her truth. So just like when you break up, and Kanye and Kim Kardashian, they showed it on a reality show. So this is something that I know because I watched the show, where they were always friends. When she was dating Ray J and all these different men, he was her go-to. He was her go-to get through. Okay? So Kanye, to him, he didn't just lose a wife and the mother of his kids. He lost his best friend. He lost the person that he would get to when everything else was altered. They both had their celebrity lives. When his mother died, Kim was there. You understand me? When he fell out with Jay-Z and the label, Kim was there. So it's not just for him the way we looking at he out here, he acting a fool, he clowning, he doing all that. I heard today that he has charges brought against him for trying to decapitate the boy Pete's head and doing. They said it has to stop. Like he went too far. Okay, so I feel that Kanye is dealing with a divorce. He's never grieved and got through anything step by step from losing his mom. And then the pressure of being a celebrity, period. And the light that he is, it's like he damn near want to continue to feel like he got to keep reinventing himself to be bigger and better. Okay? He really don't trust nobody around him because there's no one to trust. So we got his kids, but the person that he did have and put up and endured all that with him, that's a hard loss. It's like he's losing his mom all over again. But the person, Kim, is still here. His ex-wife is still alive. That's why I say the anticipation of death is worse than death. So he's dealing with death. Okay, so that's okay. That's that's all what he's dealing with. Is it acceptable? Hell no. Is it right? Should he be held accountable for it? Absolutely. Is he going too far? Yes. But it's just like when you're young and you like a girl, the boy always hit the girl that he liked. Okay, that shit didn't change because you 40, 50, or 30. You just hit them differently. So now it has become abuse. When you say, is he physically whooping Kim ass? No. But is he mentally beating her ass? Most definitely. And any other man that try to be around her or whatever, because he doesn't know how that I gotta let go because he's not ready to let go. All these other women that y'all seeing him with, that's just putting it. He just putting it on the surface. You know what I'm saying? As a projection. Even Kim, even her being with another man, her and Kanye still haven't dealt with each other, and that's just real. You can't have that many kids because he was her go-to as well. But we can move off hurt. We can operate off pain. And we can say the words fuck you from hurting me so much. But when you remove all that, Ed, it's nothing but hurt there. So what someone who is no one want to ever say this, but a person like me would walk right to Kanye and say, you want some bullshit, dog. See, ain't nobody gonna tell him that for real because everybody around him, he wants to be respected and liked, and so that's what they want. He don't got that realness here.
But what I'm saying,
his friends from Chicago and everybody that know Kanye, and they talking about it. They just said it today on the radio show. Nobody's telling him the real. Like, you need help. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need some real help. But the way you want to tell him is not the way he's going to receive it. You got to meet Kanye where he at. You know what I'm saying? And it is a cry out for real help. And for whoever and however, he lost his person. He lost his person. Both of them. His wife and his mother. He lost his go-tos.
So he's supposed to get therapy and get help, and he needs somebody in his corner, which was his wife, to help him get back aligned and get on point and stuff like that. Because what he's doing now, is along the lines of being abusive.
Well, he is. He's abusing. He's abusive. But the most important person that he's abusing right now is himself. I mean, he can be projective to Kim, and he can antagonize her, and he can intimidate, or try to intimidate the new man that she date, and it's just truly annoying as it will. But you got to remember, Ed, him and Kim finna rock for a long time. They got 4 children. So they gonna have to get to a point and a place that how we gonna operate, because this ain't good look. This not a good look for our children. So it doesn't matter on what radio show, what shows, what TV show, whatever it is, until Kanye can see. And sometimes, this is the honest God truth, it might take one of their children to grow up and be like, Dad, what you doing? This is my whole mama. You understand what I'm saying? Because a child can say something to you and it rocks you. Trust and believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, everybody else, he feel like they got essential gain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he have in this life, but what I wish for him in this life is for him to have somebody like what you got in your life. Because I'm going to make sure you on some bullshit, Ed. Like, for real. I know you mad, but you could be mad all you want to. But what's that going to do? Because that's not going to make her run back to you. That's making her run further and further from you. So let's talk about mental abuse. I personally feel like, I shared this one a segment before. I told you about, I said, you get hit with the right side, you be like, damn, but you get hit, slapped on the other side, you be like, wow. Okay, so either way it goes, whichever way you get knocked the fuck down, it hurts. But even when you get hit with a fist, whether you lose a teeth, your jaw swole up and all that, you still heal some sort of kind of way, right? But mental abuse, that emotional abuse, it's like cancer. It gets in the bloodstream, and that shit stick in your mindset, and then it start controlling your daily life. So with Kanye right now, it's the shit is in his bloodstream. So it's more than just sitting across somebody across the table. First of all, you got to make him come to the light to be able to say, and the only way that's going to happen is the root of his problem, which is not his wife. Because when he was going through all that bullshit, and they thought something was going on with him mentally and physically. Remember years ago?
Yeah,
Kim was there. She was crying. She had to stop his fashion show. She had to get home to Kanye. She had to stop when he went to the shows. But what he did was the pain that he was going through, even his wife couldn't help him get through that, right? That's why I said, how can a man lead a woman if he's not led by nothing? How can you lead your wife and you're not led by nothing? He couldn't lead Kim anymore. He was no longer seen. What happened is that he stopped being her go-to a long time ago because he was changing before our eyes. So the tears that she was shedding is because I don't know this guy. Who are you? So everything she put in front of him, and she put a lot in front of him for help, the utmost, most respected therapist and all that. But his pain was deeper than even she can see. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think it's more than the loss of his mother. It brought up a lot of other things as a child growing up, how he see himself, to consistent and constant change his name. So the most important person that he's abusing right now is himself. He got people over here calling him a damn genius. Then he got people over here saying, what the hell is wrong with Kanye? You cannot tell me that this man is going to sleep and sleeping comfortably every night if he waking up laying in his bed on Instagram and he a billionaire talking about he gonna decapitate the boyfriend of his ex-wife. But yet I love you, babe, and I want you back. That kind of abuse, that emotional mental abuse, is way more harmful. Because it does. It ain't no, I'm on the verge and I need help. No, his ass been needed help. He needed help when she was still living with his ass. That's the kind of mental abuse and emotional abuse. You wake up and he killed everybody in the goddamn family. That shit was premeditated. That wasn't, it just happened today. So what's been going on with Kanye have been happening. You know what I'm saying? So now it's surfacing. And when that keep coming out more and more and more, the more help he don't get, this is when suicidal. You look at a lot of people and be like, man, like, why they just killed themselves?
Right.
You don't know what they going through, what they telling themselves. Listen, your mind is a very, very powerful thing. And you have to control your thoughts. You have to prevent things from getting into your bloodstream because it changes everything.
I want to do, and we'll talk about this off air too. I want to do, and I really thank you for that because that got specifically with them that got so those that's got layered. It's layers to that. And it all makes sense. And he's got lack of accountability because he
Right.
made his partner that he's now with his accountability partner and stuff like that. I'm thank God that I've been so God has blessed me with favor or with an understanding. You and I both, where
Mm-hmm.
and then you've done that. You haven't told me about it, but I know that you place seeds around you, and you know what I mean. And there's people, even if you and let's say your partner, I'm not gonna get into all that, but your partner, your person, y'all ain't rocking like that. Well, before that all went to whatever, you had people to go to, even if it was just for temporary moments, So I'm glad that we were able to give it those opportunities to have people to go to, and we're not in a position like Kanye is, where his go-to person, I know more, and then you can't go to them until you tripping now because he don't have them. And we've been fortunate enough to have people outside of our spouses or whatever like that to have people to go to and put us back on track in a way. But I really want to delve into, and we're not gonna do it today because I want to get into I don't know how we're gonna do it because it sounds like we may have to delve back with the men tell all, and I'm gonna tell you what I was saying. We'll talk about this off air more specifically, but I really want to go into and do scenarios and ask questions, like give you like a scenario, and I'll say, well, Kim, this is what I was thinking. I'm dating this person. This what I said to my wife, and then I want to look at that and examine what I'm saying, and is that going toward a cheating, toward abuse, or is that a person that really wants his family back? Is that what I mean, or a person that's like certain little things? I really want to get into that and talk about it, and then have and we'll talk about that later. But that's very layered, and I'm
But
glad
I need to stop you. And I'm going to go there because you just said something that is not true. Okay. So a lot of times when things happen to us, it don't, I say this when I'm going to say something about myself. A lot of times when things happening to us, it's not about us, but we're the storytellers, and the way we can convey it can prevent someone else. And we don't know how, whom, or whomever. So, Ed, you just said that thank God, you know, if I had a partner and I had someone to go to, I said that Kanye lost his go-to person. Kanye pain what he was having when his mother was alive and he was Kim and they built the friendship. Okay. Kanye had pain then, but he couldn't convey. But what he did was he built confidence. She became his confidant. Kim was trying to find herself with different people, marrying last 30 days. But Kanye was her constant. He was her go-to confidant. She can say I fucked up. She can say this and that. She ain't got to worry about it in the paper. Nobody talking about a backstabbing, and neither did he. When he went through and went on a rampage and said that shit about Taylor Swift and all that shit about y'all say he got a lot of backlash for that. But when he called Kim, he had that. So thank God they had that, which is what they're gonna have to get back to in order to raise those beautiful children. Not necessarily got to be back together. As I say, when you get married or you get with somebody, you got to be able to accept that they're gonna change. Now he had that. What I'm saying to you, Ed, is that he had a problem way before that. When we talk about red flags, that's what I'm talking about. He been suffering. If you look at he did I guess, what you call that, biography with his mother.
he did
He was then
documentary.
sharing a documentary. What he was sharing then as a young boy, why his mother was his main go-to, which most children are, they mother go to them. But he was given that reason. He was sharing then. So the way pain sets in, and get in your bloodstream, as I say, and become cancer and everything else, is simply when it's just it lies dormant. You know what I'm saying? It lies dormant. All of a sudden, you can't see it, but it's been there. Then it just grows, and all of a sudden, now, damn, you got a mass. Or you can't see it. Oh, wow, damn, you got a blood clot. It's in your head. It busted. You're dead. You see what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like, damn, it come like. But that's what it is. So just look at it as if what I'm saying is that when you have that, so if you don't have a go-to person, you don't. There's a lot of people in the world. That's why I say that's celebrity life. You know what I'm saying? Friends and people, but they are very lonely people because it's very hard for them to trust. Very hard for them to trust because most time they think people is there for monetary gain. But if you don't have in your mindset that you don't change your mind thoughts and stuff. This is where I'm going to say what I was trying to share with you. I didn't have that. The things that I have experienced in my years and the wisdom that I've come from that is because of the pain and me not having a go-to, not a physical, earthly person. What I had was God. This is where I built that relationship. And I used to say things that I didn't even know what time going through stuff. And that was like, Lord, give me the strength to go through whatever you've given me. But somewhere along the line, when Kanye just made a song, and I forgot the name of it, but it's like a church song. That's where he was, and his mother will remind him and give that to him. He lost that Kanye. That was his first go-to. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And so what I'm saying is, I just wanted to be very clear that you can have great, wonderful people, on earth, but you gotta have a mindset to change your peer because otherwise, if you don't fight back as you will, cancer will set in your world, in your life, in your breast, can change your whole understanding. So you have to have that. You gotta have some type of fight within you. Now, where you get it from? It can be from purple and it's from just truly trusting God. Everybody got their different things. I don't try to put religion or on anyone. I'm simply just stating that it truly is a mindset. And I know I had to fight my way through. And for the woman that I am today is because I refuse to allow anyone and everything and anything that happened to me make me be projected of how I'm going to show up in life. And Kanye didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that right now, rather. He don't have that right now. That's why he's acting out. And most men, when they lose, they feel like they lost. Divorce in itself is hard to go through. It's like you damn near lose a limb. You don't think you do, but you damn near do it. It's worse when you live with a person and you see the disconnection and then y'all live apart and then that's another type of disconnection and then you divorce. And it's like, damn. So it's killing you all those steps, right? And then, because, going through that, you start realizing things that you should have did, you should have, would have, could have. But the real talk, what will really help it, and I know this sounds so simple, but what will really help it all, and I've learned this through myself going through it, the sooner that I let go is when I can let the power that is in me prevail and let God show me that. Because you just got a damn divorce. You didn't die. That person didn't die, hopefully. So what I'm saying is sometimes you actually got to get a damn divorce for you to see everything. You got to really go through, sometimes tragic got to happen for you to actually stand up. Sometimes we fall, right? We fall on our ass and then we get back up better than before. But that's that mindset. But you too busy trying to hold on as Kanye doing, dogging her, doing this and that. You making shit worse than what it is. And I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna say, I don't put nobody under the bus. But I'm gonna say this, I'm talking from experience. Pushing me away and dogging me and making it seem like I'm this and I'm that because you acting out of anger would never make me come back to you. No woman would, and she got the mindset that I'm worthy. So, or a man that feel like you dogged me, you did this and that. And so all that behavior, that is mental abuse. And Kim is never going to be able to see Kanye for what she saw him years ago, or any man or any woman seeing any man that put his hands on her or mentally abuse. They just won't be able to do it. That because even when I try to look at you a certain way, here you come with some more other stuff that's on top of that. So I'm trying to get rid of that. And then you just keep layering the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I can't never heal from none of that. So the problem is not you. You know what I'm saying? The problem is within the other person. But the sooner that Kanye can truly let it go is when he can heal. You ever look back on something and said, damn, that's all I had to do? That's all I had to do. Because you be so worried trying to fix stuff that you can't control. You know what I'm saying? If you messed up and you did something to somebody, that's in any type of anything. You messed up on a job, whatever. The quickest way to get through it and get through it and become better from it is to own it and let it go.
Right.
And don't try to pull back and make it and try to hold on. And you guys don't realize it makes more damage than it do. You just gotta let certain things heal. Just like a sore. It has to heal. You know what I mean? Still gotta heal. I don't care how bad it is, but it gotta heal. You can put all kind of shit all on. I'm gonna get some alcohol. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna get some vitamin D. I'm gonna do all that. That shit still takes time to heal. But you're not dead. You understand what I'm saying? That means you still got a chance. Just know your place. So abuse, guys, I would say to any man, I'm a mother of 4 sons. And I tell them all the time, you putting your hands on a woman, it's going to bring you more hell in your life than you ever can imagine. Hurting anybody. I ain't talking about with fists either. Physical, mental abuse is just as bad. Somebody can say something, you will literally knock your ass clean across the damn room. You understand me? Also, that, wow, for real? And you just like, wait, I'm sorry. I can't get past that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, wow. So that's why I say it again. And so many times I know Kim has thought to herself that she wished she would have had inventory checks. Because I can tell you something, there's always a warning before a storm. We seeing this in 2022, but Kanye been showing all kinds of signs since 2016. So it builds up. And for all the women that's in the house thinking that if I just do this and I just do that, like Miss Chalet was saying, then he'll be okay. It ain't even about you, sweetheart. It's not even about you. His abuse, his demons is his demons. His issues. How many times you just gonna keep on being the goddamn rock that he keep on stepping on to keep climbing to get to he at? And then when he get up there, and then he meets somebody that meet him where he at and look down back at you, and you look up at him and go, damn, I took all this, but you didn't take that for him. You took that shit for you. That's one of the hardest things that we gotta accept in life. Is the person that is the abuser and the one that does the abuse. But that's my take on that. But,
Heavy, deep, but very necessary.
Yeah.
And I do want to do. We'll talk about it again. Like I said, but I want to go. I want to talk to some guys. I want some men to kind of chime in and hear that. I want to do a Q&A in a way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that, and as Ed is saying this and who watching this, it is necessary. I was asked just today, just telling someone what our show consists of. And I say this to Ed a lot. He always be like, Kim the boss, she say this, but really, it's a us. It don't work without him, not for me. But I can tell y'all that one of the things I think I can speak for Ed when I say this is that things that come to our hearts or we hear about, and it bothers us. Like I can be at work, or Ed can send me a text or say, "Hey Kim, I was thinking about this," or "I got a new character alert," or I can say I was thinking about that, or we can just get right on here. These are normal, regular conversations that we have, and we share with y'all because for some reason or another, whether y'all are commenting or not, it's reaching you. Because you know what I'm saying? It's reaching you. So mental abuse, physical abuse, friends and people that we love and like and know. I'm gonna say this, and I've not said this on any of our segments, but I'm gonna say this because you all know who you are. You don't have that voice, you're scared, you're afraid, you don't want to say, then tell us because we'll talk about it. We'll be your voice. We'll say it. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever you feel that you want to say, write it, whatever. Get in touch with us and we'll talk it for you. And if you got to get that person to say, hey, you know, the Mitchell Sip and Spill is going on live, and we'll do it just for you. Because I know about being afraid and scared to talk about things. And as a man, I know a man that said that he done the most horrific thing to his wife. And he wanted to kill himself because the wife didn't know it was her. She didn't know that he was the one that did it. So he was dealing with that. And I was like, Lord, I don't know why you sent him to talk to me because I was like, at the time, I didn't know what to say. I was looking at him like, you just a low down dirty dog. But at the same time, he didn't know that the world was going to turn around like that. So, with that said, I became a voice. And the most horrific things can become beautiful when you open minded to it. But you got to stop suppressing it and you got to stop lying to yourself. And more importantly, guys, and I know it's hard and I know it hurts, and you got to let go. You got to let go. You got to stop holding on to stuff that is your season, your time. It's up. You know what I'm saying? You really do. So let us be your voice. Come holler at us, talk to us, Sip and Spill, Mitchell and Mitchell. We here for you. That's why we do this show, because we want to talk about things that people don't want to talk about. We want to share things that if it's going to help you, if we're going to reach 1 out of 1 million, we got you. So on that note, we like to stick within 20 minutes because we know the BP's attention span is short. But at the end of the day, this is for somebody and we talking to you. So come holler at us. We going live Saturday. We talking about whatever y'all want to talk about. Just look at that title. But we here for it. We here
We're
for
here
it.
for it. Look,
Mm-hmm.
like, subscribe, and share. Share it in your groups. Share it with your share it on Instagram, and also, I do like a share through your cell phone. You can send them on a text messages so they can get their get our
Yep.
app or get the Facebook app or YouTube or whatever. Like,
Yep.
subscribe, and share. Listen, we like it, we love it, we want more of it, and it's been real and it's been fun. And on our show is always, 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 always,
Always.
always real fun. Even if it's tough, it's fun because we do what we love, and we
Yeah.
do. We love you. We love for real. So
We
thank you
do.
guys. We would be talking to you soon next year this Saturday,
Okay.
live Saturday at 7 o'clock Central
Yep.
Standard Time. We're gonna go there. It's a little freaky edition, but we'll be talking about it soon. Holler
Yep.
back at y'all later. You so
All
funny.
right. All right. Okay.
All right. Bye now.